So what you're learning now is really important, really for the rest of your life.
Well, what took place today is it was centered around Dr. Martin Luther King's dream, obviously, and in part the I Have a Dream speech.
But 100 years later.
But what we're really trying to demonstrate to the students is what people in the past have done and what barriers they've knocked down for the freedoms that these students enjoy today. And the fact that there are still barriers out there and they need to carry the torch as the next generation.
So if you're stopped for driving on a suspended license, that's a criminal offense. They could take you to jail just because you didn't show up on your red light ticket. Or on
Law Day is to help explain the justice system to them so that it won't be as scary or as unusual to them.
Arraignments currently are only in the afternoons. It used to be morning.
We obviously don't want them to be defendants in the court, but we also want to have them see all the different professions that take place in the court. You've got the judge, you've got a prosecutor, you've got a public defender, you have the police officer. There are a lot of different ways that people can get involved in working in the justice system. So this is a good way for them to see the roles that different people play.
What do you think? That thing's kind of heavy, isn't it? Okay, we wear that and this for 10 to 12 hours a day.
I'd say the officer, just because, I mean, that's maybe something that I'd want to do later on in life, and also when Ice-T came to talk to us, and also how in his job, how sometimes he's faced with a harder decision in maybe trying to defend a person that he knows is guilty, and just maybe some of the decisions he has to make also.
Well, law is important because when you look at the other side of the world, you can see what happens when you don't have the rule of law. You know, we have people who are being assassinated for being in their positions and how they got elected on the other side of the world. Yet when we had our last huge lawsuit in Bush versus Gore, in terms of how we elect a president, nobody was killed. It was resolved by the courts. And even if you aren't happy with the decision, we have the rule of law, which is just as important as it can possibly be.